I think this is the scene that every RVer envisions when planning to take up RVing as either a hobby, for vacationing part-time, or living in as a full-time adventure. The places you get to see and the things you get to experience are literally endless. But the magic carpet that delivers you to these places takes a lot of time, money, and effort to keep rolling. You have to be proactive with your maintenance and develop a relationship with places that understand the reality of being an RVer that actually uses their RV. A place that will have your back when your magic carpet needs some TLC. This episode is about the place that has been patching up our motorhome Myles for the past 8 years and 50,000 miles. Come along with Sue and Mark as we take you through our entire 8-day repair experience, getting our magic carpet cleared and ready for takeoff.
Arriving at National Indoor RV Centers on the right.
The adventure in RVing continues. We just got out of Gaffney and we went to Gaffney Freightliner to have some regular maintenance done, and the reason I chose them is I was kind of anticipating my air conditioner compressor needing to be replaced, but they assured me that that was okay. But in fact, it's something in the front here that needs to be replaced, and that's the kind of thing that National Indoor does, because that's bridging the line between the lower frame and the house. So this is the perfect place actually to get both things like that done, and I never expected this to be part of the problem. The other thing that we're having done here is I'm going to have new tires put on. And I have Rettrobands in the front here, so if you're going to replace your front tires and you have Rettrobands in, you have to come back to a National Indoor to have the Rettrobands taken out and put back in. These tires are only 2 years old on the front. I always like my tires to be the freshest on the front. So I'm going to take this 2-year-old tire, put it on my tag axle, because I can do that on my rig. All the tires are the same. So these will go back on the tag, and then all of my drives and all of my tag tires I'm throwing out, and I'm getting 6 new tires there. So I'll start out with brand new in the front, brand new on the drive, and 2-year-old ones on the tag. We're also having our ceramic coating boosted. I don't know if you can take a picture of this thing. It's pretty dirty. We haven't washed it in probably a year, and we're going to have it brought back up to speed here with the boost to our ceramic coating. We actually have a video on the whole process of how the ceramic coating process works, so you can take a look at that. The other thing that I'm having done is I'm going to have some settings looked at on my Victron equipment for the batteries and the solar system and everything that we had installed here. We actually had the solar system when we bought the rig, but we're having some of the settings checked. I certainly don't want to do that. I don't know what I'm doing, and Justin Townley is an expert in all things electronics on these things. But one of the things that popped up all of a sudden, lucky me, is we have another air conditioner that failed. Yeah. So that will be, what, number 9? Number 9 air conditioner. Now it turns out that the air conditioner, including the originals, you know, the 3 that came with the rig, and then 5 since then, we've replaced. And it's actually the number 2 air conditioner that was replaced in July of 2017. So I guess that is understandable, but not really. I mean, think about it. 9 air conditioners, and all we're doing is using the RV. We're just living in it like normal people. Well, maybe not like normal people, but we're living in it. So back when we bought our rig in 2017, June of 2017, my rig had been produced in June of 2013. So the tires were basically 4 years old when I bought it. And because I did not know from the previous owner, because I bought my rig used, I did not know how that person inflated them and took care of them. I had zero trust in these front tires. So within a few weeks, I replaced my front tires, which I could afford. Because the rest of the tires were 4 years old, I wasn't that worried about them. But at that time, the best game in town was the Tyron Tire Bands. So I put the Tyron Tire Bands in, and then I put brand new tires on. That meant back here, these 4 tires across here and these 2 tires across here were 4 years old. Well, guess what? Do the math. 2 years later, they're 6 years old, and now I've got to get rid of them. At that point, I had a choice. Put all brand new ones on back here and have 2-year-old ones up there and start rolling down the road and accumulate the age on the front ones and then eventually have to replace those. I didn't like that option. Plus, the Rettroband product came out right around that time, and compared to the Tyron, in my opinion, my mechanical engineering background, there was no comparison. The Rettroband was super robust design compared to the Tyron. I took the Tyrons out, I put the Rettrobands in, and I put brand new tires in the front again. So my tires had only run 2 years, and I put brand new ones on there because that's where I want the new ones. I took the 2-year-old ones, I put them here on my tags, and I bought all brand new ones back here. So I had all brand new ones back here, new ones up there, the 2 years. Now I can do that because on my Dutch Star, 2014 Dutch Star, all of my tires are the same size. They're 315 80R 22.5 tires. Not everyone can do that. I did it in the beginning when I bought the rig from a financial standpoint. I was just prepared enough for the front tires, not the back tires. When I look back, I kind of think it was a good idea because now I can always have fresh tires on the front that are between 0 years old and 2 years old many times. And the worst case scenario is where they go from 0 years old to 4 years old. That seems to be kind of a good technique that I've got. Part of today's episode is going to show you what it's like to have your tires installed at National Indoor when their tire company that they work with comes in here and puts the tires on while I'm in the lot here. And National Indoor people are the ones that work with the Rettroband product in the front. I got other things that are going to be worked on. Don't know what else is going to happen today, but you can just see how exciting RV life is. Okay? And the best part is I'd pull my wallet out now and show you that it's on fire, but it's actually outside in the concrete so that it doesn't cause any damage while it's burning. So National Indoor is picking up my rig now. They're going to start working on a bunch of different things. And because of that, they're going to actually put me in a different spot than they normally would. Normally when you're having your tires done, they would do it outside near where the tire machinery is so that the guy that shows up from the tire shop can work on the National Indoor RV equipment and the balancing stuff. But since I have multiple things being worked on and they want to get me out of here on time, they're going to put me in an area that's called the G-roll, and that's the area directly behind where the techs usually work. And it's actually the area where I was when I had my Lithionics batteries put in and my black and gray tanks worked on. So they put me in the G-roll to have the tires put on, so we're close to the tire changing machine, and so that we can take a look at something on the Lithionics and the Victron setup. But the G-row is kind of the overflow row, and you can see in back where the garage doors are on the other side of the rigs is another complete row of bays to work on. And then on the other side you start to transition into the body shop area. When you see how much work is involved taking these off and how heavy everything is, and taking the rubber off and putting it on and having this equipment at your disposal, when you schedule this at a place rather than having it happen when it happens on the road with roadside service. You could see you're going to get a higher quality job and just feel better about it when you pick it out on your schedule. When you have something done on the road, you are not going to have it spun balanced dynamically like this. They're just going to put the tire on. You're going to have to go to a tire shop anyways after enduring the fun of a roadside repair. So you have to ask yourself, why wait too long and why not schedule it at your convenience? Oh, hi Sue. I want to feel like I'm doing something out there with James. So I'm putting on a couple of props. Do I look like how do I look?
Oh, stealth. Very
Perfect. Give me the camera. I got work to do. It isn't often you get a view of what this looks like. So the average motorhome person, but I can tell you that this cover here, right here, inside the wheel well, you have to take the wheel off. If you're going to be adjusting this slide mechanism here, and if it's really, really out of whack, you have to take the tire off and then take that cover off and work on it. You'll notice here all of this rubberized spray that's on there. That was a video I did where I was trying to waterproof this area from not having water intrusion into the bay right next to the wheel here with all of this action going on when you're driving in rain. I'll link that video up in the corner. You can take a look at that and see if that's a possible issue you have. But you can see that the jack mechanism on the Dutch Star, look at the size of that shaft on that baby. That is a manly man jack. And I just had, or it might have been the reverse, it might have been the tag I had done and the drive ones were okay. But when you look at the size of this equipment and what it costs, that's when you realize that you should really be taking care of your motorhome before it decides to take care of you in the shop. Sue, would this be classified as one of those times where you don't want me to videotape inside the rig?
Yeah, please turn it off.
You know, is this also one of the times when you're rethinking maybe you don't want to be married to an RVer? Or?
No, this is part of the price you pay for this lifestyle. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Keeps us on the road. We're good. Got to think ahead of all the trips we're going to be doing this summer and fall and winter.
Right.
We got a lot.
And it just works out the best for us to stack all of our repairs up on the way home so we hit all of our favorite spots on the way back.
That's right. And update your website.
Well,
and
let's see here. Let me zoom into that screen. What are you working on?
Okay.
Oh, I see you're working on the Open Roads Innovative Solutions tolling device.
That's right.
Well, let's prove to our viewers that we actually use that. Huh. Oh yeah, it in fact is up on the dash, way in the top there. You see it? There it is. So the beauty of getting your tires put on a place that can afford the right equipment, you'll see this rather sophisticated Hunter balancing equipment here that shows where the weight should be put on the inside of the rim as well as the outside of the rim, and it has a little laser mark there that tells the installer where to pound the weight on, and in fact sometimes the weights actually have to be glued on. What I'm showing here are the Centramatic balancing discs that I have in 6 positions on my RV to balance all of the tires on all of the 3 axles. And the beauty of that is if one of those weights falls off by hitting a pothole, I will never know about it because the balancing disc will actually automatically rebalance it. It turns out, though, that the real benefit of having these on board your RV is for the day that you get a flat tire somewhere out on the road and you need the tire replaced or repaired. They will not be able to balance it in the field, but it really wouldn't matter to you if you have these discs, because the minute they patch you up and get you back on the road, your tires will instantly rebalance themselves. So this is the next day, and we're going to finish up putting the Rettrobands in brand new tires on the front and take my 2-year-old tires from the front and put them on the tags. Only National Indoor RV personnel can work on reinstalling these. I think it's a good idea for everyone that has Rettrobands to learn how they're installed, and more importantly, how you would uninstall them if you had a roadside repair that needs to be done. The roadside people, you do not want to even attempt to put these back in. National Indoor will do that for you at the next available time that you can be there. If you want to learn about Rettroband, what it is, and what it can do for you from a safety enhancement point, I say see it for yourself and go to the Rettrobands.com website that National Indoor has, and you will be able to watch Brett Davis, the CEO of NIRVC, and Rob Craig, founder of CIG, safely navigate a tire blowout at 70 miles an hour in an Integra Cornerstone right before your very eyes. I'm not going to tell you how the story ends because, quite honestly, I want you to go take a look. So here we are having number 8 air conditioner put on, and it happens so often to me. I've actually installed this stairway in the back that deploys so that when we have to get up and do work on my air conditioner, it's a lot easier. So there's the fancy gasket. That centerpiece there, you want to have that. Order that from Newmar and have it in your arsenal, carry it around, and when they put the new air conditioner in, they can put it in properly. It's not shipped with the new air conditioner that you get, so it's up to you to be prepared. The Chan Man has enough air conditioners go out on them that I actually carry these parts. I get it from Newmar, shipped to me. It's just a piece of foam with sticky back on it, but it gets the point across and gets the job done, so why not carry them? So this is what your air conditioner looks like after 7 years. You can see that I had the old style SoftStartRV in it, starter unit, and now I've got the much smaller version going in. But because I'm a bad maintenance person, I never opened it up and never cleaned any of the coils. And in the overall scheme of things, it does not look that bad. But I'm going to have these guys service the ones that are working right now. I guess it could be better. So we'll have them take a look at it. So keep in mind when you're selecting who you're going to have put your new air conditioning unit in that they show up with a lift truck and not 3 aluminum ladders and a pulley.
So I know one of the reasons Mark likes coming here, well, we do get our repairs done and we're confident that they'll be done, but he always makes new friends too. Morning.
Where you going today, Sue?
Well, we're at National Indoor RV Center, and I'm moving out of Myles. So I've got my laptop here, so I'm going to go up to the customer area. It's actually pretty comfortable. They've got places where you can set up your computers. There's lounging chairs, and I usually grab one little table in the middle somewhere. No, off to the side by the window. Yep, it's Sunday morning, and look at me. Got this whole place to myself. Nice and sunny, got a nice view, place to plug in. This is what I was talking about. They've got this set up really nice so people can actually get their laptops out and work. It's pretty comfortable. All right, time to get to work.
Let's see how this ceramic job cleans up. Off to the wash bay. Ricky's going to take care of it. Going to have the roof 303'd and the platinum service package done. There's Sue making a new friend. See you, Myles. Have a nice bath. I know I had a shower this morning because I dumped the tanks when I was in the service bay yesterday. This is the beginning of the platinum service option for the ceramic that I selected. We already had the full-blown ceramic package done where they paint corrected it as well as possible on our older rig. We chose not to do any paint correction or repairing scratches or things in the paint. We wanted to preserve as best as we could what we had, and so that was a multi-day process. I think that was about 3.5 days. They moved it from there to here, and now in a nice shaded controlled environment they're going to go on to the next process. After the rig was washed, they brought it into this controlled environment and hand dried it. Then in very small sections they applied the Boost product and polished it up. What you're looking at is a 12-year-old paint job on a 2014 Newmar Dutch Star model 4369. About 5 after 8, we're all set to go in to have some chassis work done, and the chassis is obviously not the house that's on the RV. It's actually, they're going to pop this hood and they're going to work on an evaporator coil that's against the wall here, and it's for our interior air conditioning. When you get your rig maintained enough and repaired enough that you actually know where our bay 17 is, maybe that's a sign I should trade her in and get a new one. So I'm guessing this is the thing that not only brings the heat, but also brings the cool refrigerated temperature, and then the heat transfer has to happen. You can see all the opportunities you have for leaks here. Realizing that my rig was put together in June of 2013, this baby's almost 12 years old on mine, the OEM. So I think it was kind of funny that I wanted to stay out of Josh's way when he was working on this. So I kind of kept myself busy for a while. And I come back and here the old one is already out and the new one is installed already. And he already had evacuated the Freon and he was putting a valve in and getting ready to charge it back up. Well, okay, Sue, I have to admit, that the repair wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. And if it was really bad, I was prepared to train it in, consign it at National Indoor, and I was going to pick me up one of these things, brand new, and just start over.
One of them there, King Air. Okay. Mark, it's not yours.
I'm still thinking about it. I'm getting ready.
Oh, God.
All right, Sue, moment of reckoning. We've been here how many days?
10.
10 days. 10 days off and on, eight days of intermittent repairs. Let's go in and get the news. See how much.
Get the damages.
Yeah, I'm gonna start limping to get a little sympathy. Yeah, that'll do it. All right.